Hey, how's it going, guys? Jackson here with Toasty DIY, and today we're going to be doing a review of the Girsan Regard BB. This is basically an exact copy, if you will, of the Beretta 92, and so you have a pretty much all metal gun besides just, you know, plastic or polymer grips and some other plastic parts here and there, such as I think the clip has some plastic on it. But yeah, the crazy part about this is, you know, if you want the counterpart, the direct counterpart, the Beretta, you are looking around $800, give or take. For this, brand new, you're looking around $430, anywhere from $400 to $450, I'd say, depending on the market. And you really are getting almost the exact same gun. This may differ with some people's opinions. From what I've seen, when you compare them side by side, this is supposed to be a knockoff of it. And in my opinion, I think they did a great job. I've had a few other people shoot this that are really into guns, and along with the person I got it from, who was the owner of the gun store, he said it's just an absolutely amazing piece that he has not heard really any complaints about. He said that the parts are practically interchangeable. I feel like I remember him even saying that the parts are interchangeable, like with the Beretta. So that's something that's really cool about this Turkish-made gun. And a lot of you may know, you know, in Turkey they do have quite a few, you know, copies, if you will, of a lot of kind of more famous guns. So one thing that's cool about this is you do have the exposed hammer, just like the Beretta would have. So that's one thing that I really do like. We do have an 18 round magazine, and this is chambered in 9mm. I don't actually know if you can get this in other calibers. I don't know if you can actually get the Beretta 92 in other calibers. That's something I'll put in the video somewhere. But one thing it does have is it does have a rail on the bottom, you know, for laser flashlight. You can get a version that doesn't have this rail. I think it's about 30 bucks cheaper. That's actually the one that my buddy got. You do have serrations here in the back. You have a really nice spot in the front where it's kind of grooved to help you actually holster it easier, and it can also kind of act as a spot to be able to grab as well for actually chambering the gun. We do have like some warnings and safeties and whatnot, you know, written on the side, which isn't the prettiest, but I do love the color, and so far everyone who has seen this just really loves it. One thing I do like about this gun is it does have an actual safety, and one thing that I think is really cool is right now we're on basically ready to fire. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that we're clear here, and then if we actually pull back the magazine, you can see we're clear in the chamber and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and slide this forward. So now we're cocked and basically ready to go. You can actually press this down and it actually decocks the gun. And I know it sounds like it's firing, but I promise you, I even tested at the range, loaded, you know, down the range just to make sure. But the manual decocker does actually work, which is pretty cool. Now another thing that I like about this gun is the actual takedown's pretty easy. It's basically toolless, you know, where you basically just slide the slide back and then you can take it apart from there. Yeah, I mean, overall though, just the fact that this is just all metal, and like I said, just it is an amazing feeling gun. I mean, just everything about it, as far as like it actually shooting, the racking, it is super light once you actually get this racked back. So that's something I really like about this gun as well, is once you actually start firing it, it makes the trigger incredibly light just because it has this exposed hammer, and so it's extremely accurate. That's one thing that I really like about this is, you know, the sights are pretty decent. I mean, they're not like anything to brag about, but you know, there's some decent iron sights with just white dots on the end. I've never been more accurate with the semi-auto than I have with this gun, and when I say like I'm not even close when it comes to most other semi-autos, and I've shot quite a few like 9mm and 40s and 45s, and you know, whenever I never really messed with one with an exposed hammer because I always honestly thought they were kind of impractical, just because, you know, nowadays almost everyone I see who carries a newer gun, if you will, they usually don't have a hammer that you can see. And so I always thought there was a reason for that, but after shooting this, I'm just like, man, I'm like, I don't really like most of their 9mm now, just because this just feels so accurate. Now, obviously, it is a little bit of a heavier gun since it's all metal, and it is bigger too. It's definitely, I would consider to be a pretty much full-size 9mm. It's definitely not really compact in any ways. That automatically is going to give you a little more accuracy there, just having you know, full-size grip, a really long barrel, and on top of that, it's just nice and heavy. So that's gonna obviously help you shoot a little bit. You know, I can't really compare it to like subcompacts, you know, that are half this size, because, well, at the end of the day, those are just gonna be more inaccurate naturally, but you know, you kind of trade that off for the concealed carry purpose. So yeah, I mean, overall, like, I do really like this. One other thing to point out is that it actually does have access to safety on both sides, so it's ambidextrous. That's another thing that's pretty cool about this. But yeah, I mean, just a super cool gun. And I had never even heard of him. I honestly don't even know how long Girsan's actually been around. That's something I'm sure I can find and put on the screen for you guys. But so, you know, now that we kind of talked about the gun for the most part, and obviously we're going to show you the shooting video. The case itself is actually pretty nice too. This is the case that comes with it. There's some spots that you can take out for storage, earbuds, extra ammo, whatever. So I took this one out and just put some 9mm that I had on me in there. And then it does actually come with a lock, which is nice. And then another thing that it has is an actual brass cleaner, which is pretty cool. And then up top, there is another slot that you can take out. And there's actually one here too. And I'm assuming because they probably use this case for multiple guns. You can even tell that they obviously use it for a couple guns that have sights as well. Because there's some other ones that you can take out. But I mean, I think it's a pretty nice, decent case. It is obviously just like ABS or plastic of some kind. You can see that price there, $429 new. I'm sure these things are a little bit cheaper even used, but I'm sure they really do hold their value well, just since they're all metal. And like I said, in my opinion, an amazing cut down cost version of the Beretta, you know, if you don't quite have the money to spend on that. So yeah, you know, overall, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. You know, if you guys actually have owned one of these or ever shot one before, let me know what you guys think about it. Just because I'm no gun expert, I kind of just like learning this stuff as I go. And in my opinion, it's an amazing gun, but some of you all may have some differing opinions and may think it's a horrible gun. So let me know in the description down below, and we'll see you guys in the next one.